All
Suman
right, hello friends, and welcome to the four,
before.
the three. Much things to talk about. Much happy, much sad, but also very happy. It's been a man crazy week for all of
Yeah,
us. I think we have to start by addressing that all of the sports and everything felt so trivial in comparison to what everyone has been going through over the last
yeah,
sort of 3 or 4 days, and of course incredible to think of like how privileged we are to just be sitting here and chilling at home and watching Champions League and Premier League while we have people fighting at the borders.
yeah.
So yeah, just taking a moment for just showing thanks for where we are and thankfully where we have reached with ceasefire. Thanks to Dolandji of all people. But yeah,
No, and like so much has happened in the space of 1 week, right? Like
crazy.
just 1 week, and uh, between the last Fufudu and this one, so I mean, truly like harrowing scenes, incredible scenes, and finally peace. So, and in between all of that, obviously,
Yeah.
football also happened. Um,
But even football wise, my God, where to begin? Sorry, just on the topic of the Donald Trump, I shared one thing on my story today, which was just the funniest thing. Just in the context of it, somebody made a thing, a fake tweet of Donald Trump saying, "I've after spending all night speaking to BMC." We have finally agreed to open Gokhale Bridge. Congratulations to all the citizens of Andheri East and Andheri West. Jai Maharashtra. And of course,
Perfect.
somebody had to write a satire in one's comment, like just one star on the side. So, because people might take this seriously at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Good.
But dude, should we do one kachra to talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
the
there is
end?
one.
Eras can come to an end. The retirement
Yeah.
of
Xabi Alonso has left by 11%.
oh man, but Virat Kohli no more in Test match. I am saddened because Virat, while watching, I mean, not that I am some cricket aficionado or whatever, but I particularly always have enjoyed watching Test cricket more than anything over the last sort of 10 years and whatever ICC tournament ends up happening. But yeah, there are just the joy of the Virat Kohli, the cover drive, just everything Virat Kohli does through offside, except when he started. I will remove from memory him fishing offside and getting caught at slip every third ball for a period of about 7-8 months.
Yeah.
But just watching him do his thing through offside has been privilege. Privilege it has been.
And I think you can sum up the greatness of Virat Kohli by just this one simple fact that he was a man who transcended a nickname like Chiku. Like,
Yeah.
do you know how great you have to be
Yes.
for people to just be like, okay, you're no longer Chiku.
Yeah.
You are Virat Kohli. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like true
Just
legend.
yeah. Virat Kohli. It's like even Dravid had to contend with Jamie for a while.
Also, what I think he was the most Ronaldo-esque player we've had till date in the Indian,
Agreed. Agreed.
like in two, three ways. One, like this, like insane dedication to physical
Hmm.
well-being. Second, the ability, like the longevity, the sort of like the hard graft of getting good at your craft.
Hmm.
I think those are all things
I'll
that
tell you the one
Kohli
difference
had.
between them. It
Yes.
is that Kohli knew when it was time to call it a day. See, Kohli is not going to
I,
Saudi Arabia and playing
I'm
cricket.
not
You know
into
what I'm
it.
saying?
Fair,
Uh,
fair. Oh,
so
Rohit also
Kohli
retired,
greater than
oh?
Ronaldo. Oh, Rohit also.
Oh, but okay, good.
See,
Good.
guys, you know we have certain allegiances apparently allegiances on this podcast show, whatever it is. So yeah, congrats and respect to Rohit also.
Yeah.
That's all we will say on the matter. No, seriously,
Yes.
Rohit also fantastic
Rohit also
servant,
fantastic.
fantastic captain. Unfortunately, did not win Test cricket World Cup, but it's okay. He's been there through a lot, and he's also been exceptional to watch on his day. Rohit ka pull shot goat of all time. I will accept. Guys,
Rohit
now you're
ka,
just taking all names. Ashwin also, guys. Ashwin, Carom ball. What a player, what a legend. Ashwin retired earlier, okay, don't lie. Okay. He did this retirement before. Now you'll just say anything. You'll say Tendulkar also retired. Now I have to say something about it.
Nehra has just retired. No, but on the this thing of Rohit also, I think I will also miss his press conferences.
Huh.
I've never seen a cricketer who has spoken like an extra from Once Upon a Time in Mumbai.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
कि
His,
देखो यार कभी कभी हार जाते हैं अभी क्या कर सकते हैं भाई
हो
आप
जाए
देखो
भाई
ना
लोग लगे रहो रोहित भाई.
Guys, chat is going wild now. Kapil Dev has retired, has entered the chat. Hala Madrid also retired. Vinny retired. Oh my
Oh,
god.
I have so many thoughts. I have so many thoughts.
Where should we begin? There's lots to talk about. Should we get rid of the less consequential nonsense of Manchester
Hmm.
United?
Hmm.
Why spend more time talking about the 16th place club? Let's be honest. We've got such hate from Arsenal fans on 442
Oh
Instagram today
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
of the real guys. You all have to understand. I mean, not that any of those people are watching the show because this is just pure algorithm showing this to people thinking, oh, they are interested in football, and them being like, who are these loser, wasted, washed comedians? How dare you speak from 16th place, sir? It's just so funny to see this happening. Uh,
Oh, also on that note, before we continue, um, our algorithm has been a little up and down, like the heart rate of a Madrid fan watching the Clasico. So please,
oh man.
please smash a like, drop a comment. Uh, what should be the comment of this week, Azim?
This week's comment should be Amorim scam manager. Guys, come on. How long will you keep defending the fact that this guy took us from 8th when he joined to 16th? This is
Hey,
not the double in performance we were hoping for. All right. What is this nonsense team? Chalo,
no, very unserious.
we'll start with the Athletic Bilbao. Finally beat a team with all 11 players. Absolutely fantastic.
And well
Unheard
done.
of.
Yeah.
Was a little scary at the start, but see, the thing is that I don't know what it is, but they are able to play against these European teams. But now we have to play Premier League team in final. Although Spurs is the one team you'd be like, "Ki chalo, the literally the only team that's having a worse season than us who is not relegated is Spurs
Also,
at this point.
yeah. Also, meaning that is there is some sort of rhyming and poetry in the fact that 16th and 17th are in the Europa League final, and one of them, 16th or 17th, are going to play Champions League next season. That is wild. It's a
Yeah,
failure on all levels. All levels. Like this is like a backdoor that the Super League would have, dude.
yeah, because see, the thing is now I don't understand the excuse that this guy gives of, oh, they were not switched on and they didn't have enough passion to defend. देख भाई अगर आप मैनेजर हो तो then if a person is not running, if you are working as an IT manager and your player is a player, I'm saying your junior is not coding or not sitting at desk effectively or not pressing keys with enough force for the key to be pressed, then at some point you will be held responsible ना कि तेरा employee को typing क्यों नहीं आता है. Where because we've kept sacking managers because हाँ manager को नहीं आता है, manager को नहीं आता है. So what is the difference now between this guy and everyone else, and why is nobody able to get a tune out of these players on a consistent basis? I don't understand.
I
And I think
think
now he's given them that free pass ना कि देखो भाई अपना सीजन तो यूरोपा लीग फाइनल ही है. So now it's given them an excuse to be like कि चलो अपन सैटरडे संडे को ट्राई करना जरूरत है ही नहीं because मैनेजर ने बोल दिया है ना कि ठीक है, इट्स ओके, हम लोग रेलिगेट नहीं होने वाले हैं, सो वी हैव जस्ट एक्सेप्टेड दिस मीडियोक्रिटी एंड वी हैव एक्सेप्टेड दिस फेलियर. And
Also,
I just like I don't understand how fans are just like able to accept कि हाँ ठीक है अपन 16th 17th नहीं नहीं accept कर सकते हैं यार ऐसा. You cannot. How can you accept 16th and be like process? तुम पागल है तुम लोग?
uh,
क्या क्या है ये process?
sometimes Azim, your early 2000s instincts start kicking in.
अरे early 2010s भी दे दे, early 2020s भी दे दे यार. What is this? ये क्या है?
So wait, I wanted to ask you this. I feel like one thing that I think is very clear is that Manchester United are actually proper, true, full-blown corporate employees who only work during the week and take
Yeah,
weekends off.
yeah.
छुट्टी का दिन है बॉस, मैं नहीं
So
काम
which
कर रहा
means
हूँ.
that we are going to beat Chelsea because it's a Friday.
Perfect.
So
But you
at
never
this
know.
point, I have such conflict right now because United, I know it's complete dead rubber. The result does not matter at all for these next two games.
Yeah.
And thing is, if Chelsea win and Arsenal lose against Newcastle, then Chelsea can overtake Arsenal. And I'm fully here for this. I really want this to happen. Just so now for me, it is the pleasure of watching Arsenal fans suffer, or the pleasure of watching Manchester United win a Premier League match. Which one? Which one is greater at this point? I don't know anymore.
So okay. I have a few things to talk about versus in regards to this weird amazing form in Europa, unbeaten vagera vagera, and then this crazy like just constantly beaten in the Premier League, right? So is it that you have like is it that the teams that you're playing in Europe are inferior to the ones that you're playing in the Premier League? Is that something to contend with in the sense that our teams more physical in the Premier League and you can't keep up? Is that something that's happening?
I really can't understand, dude. I mean, if anybody was able to figure this out, they would probably have found in like the whatever 7 months that he's been here, some pattern they would have found. Ki I don't understand. Like we concede exactly the same goals that we were conceding pretty much under Ten Hag also. Like we had the last season, that same goal that we would concede, which was the player
Hmm.
gets to the byline, crosses the ball, cuts it back. Either we cut back and there's nobody in midfield, or he crosses the ball and there's nobody defending the back post. This is how we are conceding almost every goal, or through some goalkeeping howler or set piece or whatever. Uh, Barely creating. I mean, I know statistically it showed that we had 2.5 xg in the game and scored 0 and had more expected goals than West Ham. But I mean, the best chances were literally coming. The two best chances were Harry Maguire headers from corners. Um, and there was maybe one chance somewhere for a Garnacho or something like that. So I mean, I don't remember seeing anything of consequence happening over there. And again, this is my problem now, that like a guy like Oliver Glasner came in. He was playing against Spurs, right? Three at the back, playing with. Okay, you're not going to say Tyreek Mitchell and who is the guy? Is it Wan Bissaka? No, who are we playing against? West Ham. Sorry, had Wan Bissaka, na, playing three at the back. Was it not? Uh, Wait, let me get this correct. West Ham, were
Right.
they playing three at the back? West Ham were playing three at the back, right? So you had Aaron Wan Bissaka and Vladimir Kufal of Sufal Kufal
Right.
Derby fame. And you got Ward Prowse, Rodriguez, Suchek. Surely you can't be telling me that Aaron Wan Bissaka, who we got rid of because we were like कि इसको खेलने नहीं आता है, who's now playing left wing back, and Sufal are superior to the options that you have of because he's choosing to play Ahmad at right wing back for some reason. And then we've got who did we have playing? Chalo, Harry Amas is inferior, I give you that. But I mean, you should be beating this team. You should not be losing to this team at
At
least.
least
Yeah,
draw,
come on,
yeah. Yeah.
come on. I I I don't understand this club
Is it,
anymore. Who to blame anymore? I don't know. But
so
how
I
do you
liked
fix
what
this?
Amorim said. I liked what Amorim said. He's like, look, I'm not even thinking of the Europa League final because that's not as
One
important as
hundred percent. Yeah.
fixing there's some rot in this team. They're not urgent. They don't care. They just like they switch off when the Game is not important.
See,
Like
genuinely, I think there is merit to the corporate employee thing.
analogy.
Because why are they playing better in Europa? Because they know that if you get to Champions League, all of them get a salary bump.
Sa-
All of them get a bump in salary. Casemiro apparently goes back to whatever 500k a month that he was on when we signed. So that's why Casemiro is fucking killing it, running, scoring for fun against Athletic Bilbao. So I think this final now will be the true test of, are these guys just not physical enough to stand the Premier League, or are they just purely playing for money?
Do you
I
think? Do
think
you
it
think
comes down to that.
Amorim's Europa League team talks are basically them just opening their banking app and just scrolling through their statement?
Just opening one investment page. Ki dekho guys, if you all win against Spurs, you can take 200,000 a year more EMI and buy one extra Rolls Royce, one extra Bentley, whatever you want. I don't know, man. It's just
अमानत
it's such
एक
a sorry state. Oh,
अमानत एक यूनाइटेड प्लेयर्स आर कॉर्पोरेट एम्प्लॉइज हो जाए ड्रीम.
yes. I think वही होना चाहिए. Next year sponsor should be Infosys. Mass recruiter. We have been mass recruiter of poor employees.
You have to come off the bench and make an impact. It all makes sense.
Oh man, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's unwatchable. Yeah, it's so bad. I have no interest in watching matches. I can't explain to you how
Okay.
bad it is. We are not even. Can you believe? Like you would understand, if it was a slow decline. Ki chalo, we went from being a top team to then suddenly being a fourth team to then eighth team. We were in that slow decline, and you would be like, chalo, from eighth we'll go to 10th, we'll go to 12th. Then you'd be like, chalo, this blow is softening. Like
Hmm.
you're going in a small steady decline, but then 8th to 16th, potentially 17th. Like, can you imagine? Like, it is absurd to me to think that Manchester United, of whatever you say, is one place above relegation. It's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
And how do you
I
accept
don't
that?
know.
This is my point with all these people who are these Amorim stands who are like, oh, trust the process hone wala hai. No, how can you trust this process? I mean, show something, no, like draw matches, don't win, draw every match. At least show that you're not getting budge out by one West Ham, one Bournemouth, one fucking Wolves, one Fulham every week. Surely you are not worse than that. You were 8th place last season. You were not 16th place last season, which largely this same squad. So what is going on? I really
Dude,
don't
so here
understand.
here are some crazy records, okay, that have been broken recently. The 2-0 loss to West Ham marked their ninth home league defeat this season, equaling the club's worst ever home record set during the
70s,
1930 relegation
30s.
season. So
And we are,
honestly, yeah, if it weren't for those three clubs who just were just the worst of all time, like if it wasn't for those
no,
three,
and add to that, if it wasn't for Bruno Fernandes, who was carrying
yeah,
this
yeah,
team, we were literally going to be 19th in this league.
you were one Bruno Fernandes injury away from
Yeah,
relegation.
it's
Oh my God.
crazy to think that.
They are currently on a 7-match winless run, which is a stretch not seen since 1992. Uh,
That's what I'm saying. I have
please,
never seen them not win for so long.
please write in chat if you weren't born in 1992. Just write, I was not born. Okay, then uh, here's another one. With 2 games remaining, United sits 16th in the table, just above relegation zone, and has yet to reach the 40-point safety mark.
That's what I mean.
You're
We
39, correct?
probably won't reach it also.
What else do we have? Man, and what a fall from grace. Uh, but yeah, like just is there any? There's no spark of life. And that's the other thing, right? There's not one person who's outperforming. There's not like for example, we had a shit season, but at least Mbappe did something. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Not even
mean,
had that.
like again, like it's nothing. I mean, sure, Bruno's had an excellent season. You have to give him that. Like he's carried like sparks of life. You'll say, okay, Bruno did well. But again, it's not like
But I'm
young
saying,
players or old players, like, like young players or
yeah, that's
new
what I'm saying. Like,
exciting
there's no
players have done it.
Amorim ka jadoo. There is
No,
none. Like, even Ten Hag had like a Mainu or something happen,
yeah,
right?
it's basically the same players
Oh.
who would stand up and be counted. Your Brunos, your Maguires, all of these guys are the guys who are coming and showing up. Your Hoyland is doing nothing. And when we are winning 4 goals, he'll score 1 goal. He's unproper. He's that stat pad forward. Garnacho, I don't know what's happened to him. He's completely lost all confidence. Which again is like, okay, why is a player who was thriving under the previous manager not able to do anything under this manager? Menu again. I can understand his limitations, but he was doing all right under the previous manager. So why is he not doing anything under this manager? Ugarte has sort of come along decently. Goalkeepers are both hopeless. Uh, so I mean, who do you look at in the team who looks exciting? Even a West Ham, you're like, you see one Kudus, you're like, chal maza aega isko dekhne mein.
I think Ahmad was the only guy showing something, and then he got injured, and then the whole season tanked.
Yeah, I mean he's come back. It's not like it's been any better now in the few couple of games that he's given the assists in the Europa League and all, but again he's been made to play that wing back role, which he's not made for. He should be the guy playing up forward. I don't see why he's been made to play wing back. He just defensively is not good enough.
Yeah.
And then there's that curious case of now all the guys who we wrote off completely washed players, hopeless, ruined by Manchester United, ruined by Ten Hag. Then you have Anthony, who's ripping it up. You have Sancho, who's doing well, who's in a European final. You have Anthony, who's in a European final. You have
Ronaldo
Rashford.
posting crazy numbers.
Yeah,
Let's not forget.
of course. You have Rashford, probably the only disappointment out of the lot, but he could still also
वो
make
भी अच्छा
Champions
खेला
League.
यार.
Huh,
वो भी
but he
अच्छा खेला.
could still make
Yeah.
Champions League.
Yeah.
So I mean, we clearly got rid of
Isn't your last match against Rashford? Isn't it Villa?
possible.
Isn't it? Chat, please correct us if we are
I
wrong.
have no idea. Okay, chalo. You know what? Fuck this. Let's move on from one failure to another
Hey, so
failure.
let's do some super chats, no?
No, wait, because we have a
oh.
guest who has arrived.
Oh.
A specialist. Come on. It's time. Oh no.
आइए
It is time.
आइए.
It is time for the roast of Tushar Ravichandani. Oh no.
Hello, friends.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry,
Tushar.
Tushar. We'll try to be nice, but Tushar, what is this?
How does it feel, Tushar, to lose a two-legged European final?
Wait. I'm glad you said final because it just said how does it feel to lose a two-legged European, which is a very different conversation.
Yeah, where did you lose them?
We have seen
It's
a
been-
proper trajectory of Tushar, now where Tushar came early in the season with hope ki shayad this year could happen, but then that inevitable fall away of Arsenal happens, but shayad is saal nahi hoga, and then here we are again.
But this is basically the pattern of the last 3 seasons, basically.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I was obviously excited for the semi. And the thing is, I can't be very pissed off at the team also because, to be fair, PSG took their chances. Arsenal didn't take their chances. This could have been a game which could have been 6-0 PSG. It could have been 6-0 Arsenal. It could have been 6-6 Arsenal PSG. So it was essentially just very shitty sort of finishing from Arsenal. And just Saka missing that goal in the 80th minute, which I would have never thought someone like Saka would miss. Because suddenly then in the 81st minute, you have it's 2-2 and then suddenly the game is on again. So I don't know, man, abhi kya bolega? I mean, it is progress in the sense that you went from a quarter-final to a semi-final and you didn't get humiliated in the semi-final.
You bashed us.
Yeah. But I think that speaks more of how far Madrid has fallen this season.
Also,
that's true. I think a lot of it was that also. I think
Madrid it was a team in ascendancy meeting a team in descendancy and then just fireworks.
And it was just because a large chunk of the game, both games, a large chunk of them were dominated by Arsenal. They just didn't take their chances. Which is again a great sort of a great symbol of what this season has been. Because again, they've apparently, I was looking at in the Premier League, they've dropped 21 points from winning positions.
Also draw specialists, of this season, which is the
13
larger
or
problem.
14 draws, I think, which is insane. So, it's one of those things. And again, honestly, most Arsenal fans had given up by Feb, considering the injury situation. Like where you've had matches where you had Trossard and like Merino and Nwaneri playing as the front.
So
तो
now
जो
this
है
was the
अभी
theory somebody had said. I don't know where I read this theory. I think it was some WhatsApp group or something where they were
हाँ
saying कि Arteta deliberately doesn't buy a striker every season so that he has
Hi.
then something to blame when they don't win.
No, but it's also this is not an Arteta thing. This is an Arsenal tradition, dude. Like this has happened. This literally happened 10 years ago when you had Sanchez in your team, when you had Ozil in your team, all the other teams were fucked. Only Leicester was doing well. All you needed to do, you needed to buy one striker and you needed to buy one defensive midfielder. You didn't do that. And again, this time you knew this. You've known for the last 2 years you need a striker, but you just refuse to buy one. You refuse to forget striker. You refuse to buy a forward, and then you get Raheem Sterling.
Oh yeah, shit, he's still there.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna go now. I guess.
Huh.
Thank God. I don't want
And
to see him ever again.
now you've gone and bought who actually is pretty good, but not a striker. But you've gone and bought Zubidoo.
नहीं वो तो चाहिए था because
Oh, Zubi
Jorginho's
confirmed.
going
Zubi confirm.
seems to be, but अभी जब तक sign नहीं होता I won't believe
Come
it.
on.
नहीं
Come on,
नहीं
Tushar.
मैं
Let's do
आर्सेनल
it.
फैन हूँ मैं ऐसा disappointment सर पे लेके घूमता हूँ वो मेरा जिंदगी है so they need to because Jorginho's gone and the thing is whenever you play Rice in number 6 you end up losing his value in number 8 because he's much better at number 8 than he's at number 6 which again brings me back to this thing that I feel like a lot of what I'm going to say today is stuff that I've said over the last 3 years on this podcast, which is number one, Arteta refused to rotate. I don't know why the fuck he does that. I get like you don't the drop off might be high for other players, but you have to try, man. You can't expect
Yes.
all the players. So
Yes.
like Arsenal have had crazy number of injuries, but also then you are to blame for it because if you are gonna make Saka play every match for 4 years, if
Yeah.
you are gonna make Declan Rice play, and again Declan Rice is now got a hamstring thing, so you're gonna make Declan Rice play every game, you're gonna play Odegaard play every game, and you're gonna substitute them in like the 80th or 90th minute, then they are going
And
to
you
get
play
injured.
so many games with 10 men for the most part of it also.
Yeah, we're also that. So yeah, it is this rotation thing, and also like for example in the first leg, the PSG game, whenever Rice comes back and then they do that thing where basically he comes in for Party because Party wasn't there. And this is a problem that Arteta has had from day one. The moment he sees that one position is weak, to make up for that one position, he ends up weakening 3 positions.
Wow.
Yes, I know
Give
exactly.
example.
Yes.
This because like number 6 pe, you could have this guy, apna Lewis Kelly is actually a defensive midfielder. That's what he's played throughout. You could have brought him on at 6. You had Tierney, Kieran Tierney as your left back, and you could have kept Rice up top, and you could have kept Marino as your whatever, your false 9 or whatever, because Trossard has never worked as a false 9. Trossard just doesn't work. Trossard is a good substitute. He's not a good starter. He's never been a good starter, at least for Arsenal. So again, वो तीन जगह वो तुम लोग एक चीज को सॉर्ट करने के लिए तूने 3 चीज का फक कर दिया साथ में, which is a standard Arteta problem that has been happening since the day he came to this club.
Yeah, Arteta को वैसा वो फुटबॉल मैनेजर का सब पोजीशन में ऐसा वो ब्राइट ग्रीन डॉट देखना ही नहीं.
Yeah.
Like एक मेरे को येलो, एक ऑरेंज, एक होना चाहिए. मेरे को मजा नहीं आएगा.
So इसको कुछ है. It's like he can't let go of that. Like like I said, the non-rotation thing, which then causes the injuries. So it's that, and of course, see the thing with the striker is I don't know how much of the club is to blame for it, how much was Edu to blame for it, how much of Arteta was to blame for that. So it's one of those irritating situations, man. It was like this is like a very annoying Arsenal tradition for the last 20 years that you refuse to buy when you're there. You're this close, and then you will fuck up. You'll not buy the players that you need to buy.
See, this is the problem. Now, this
happening-
Tushar, na, as Apna Bidu King Eric also says in chat, is कि problem है Tushar is very self-aware Arsenal fan, तो उसको banter भी नहीं कर सकते. Which is what I feel every time Tushar comes, I'm like, Arsenal such a nice club, such respectable fans. Then I go to other groups and I'm like, अच्छा, now I remember why I dislike all of them.
But it's also a function of AFTV. You know, AFTV has ruined
Yeah,
the
of
reputation
course.
of Arsenal.
Did you
And the
see
funny
that
thing is,
one after the Real Madrid game where the guy was like, Arsenal is a bigger club than Real Madrid? Have you seen
no,
that
that
meme?
was that. There's this. That's that guy called Ty.
Huh.
He's literally like वो पागल है वो. And
I want to
he
know
said
the
it before the
logic.
game.
What is the logic of Arsenal?
Why?
In what metric?
He was saying,
Your
where was
last.
Real Madrid in 1902?
Oh, like
अरे
that.
वो पागल है वो like AFTV is just, although it's AFTV, to be fair to them, has improved a great deal now, but they're full of just these weirdos who say all kinds of nonsense.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like.
But also, speaking of annoying fans,
Huh.
I have to say this. See, I have grown up hating United fans. But see, the thing with United fans ना, वो सीधा है कि तू चूतिया, हम एक दूसरे का direct you're चूतिया.
Yeah.
Last 2-3 seasons, Liverpool fans, my God.
Yeah.
Oi.
We are
Because ऐसा
overexposed to them.
self-righteous, मतलब हम बहुत वो है, never walk alone, ये वो, like come. Like you don't need to give lectures to everyone. Like with United fans, it's straightforward. Yeah, भाई तू चूतिया, तू चूतिया.
Yeah.
It's very straightforward. There's a straight up banter. Whereas Liverpool will try to throw in our history and our this and
So
our. I'm like, calm down.
true.
It's
Tushar,
very
I
annoying.
100% agree. These clubs now who think that they have principles, who think they are
Principles.
holier than thou, you
Yes,
think
yes.
that just because they didn't have a
Hmm.
sponsor for a while,
My
I
favorite was
mean,
one Liverpool fan was like, we are very classy fans. I'm like, maybe you should go and check why English teams were banned for 5 years from playing in Europe. Maybe then you'll know how classy your fans are. So
It's okay.
that has been very annoying because it's like there is this entitlement because they were chasing City for fine, they won the title this year, but they were chasing City for all those
that
years.
is the
And
correct reaction, by the way. Tushar nailed it. Fine, they won the title.
Fine. Yeah, I gave same reaction last time.
Hey, good. You played well. You won. Good for you.
Hmm.
But like, just the amount of like, भाई जब हम चेस कर रहे थे ना सिटी को हम ज्यादा अच्छा चेस कर रहे थे हमने कहा ये क्या है आर्सेनल का तुक्का हम लाइक भाई 3 सीजन से सेकंड आ रहे हैं जो although I don't know if they're going to finish second this year but
Yeah,
there
no,
is something there no
Newcastle
that's
is
the
looking
thing,
like
no?
they might.
That's the thing about Arteta. Like he's made this team hard to beat, but when will they get the easy to win things? Like it has to go from hard to beat to easy to win, and it's just
so I
not
think
getting there.
it's that no it's the lack of forwards Arteta that everyone's like 700 million spent here. You know how much he spent on strikers? He spent less than 60 million on strikers. Out of that 700 million, only 60 million.
And
I mean,
that's
if you
one
count
Kai
Havertz, it's
Havertz, right?
120.
Oh,
If you
actually,
count Havertz, it's 120. But Havertz was technically bought as a number 8. वो तो
Yeah.
मतलब उसमें चल गया तो वो बात अलग है.
But Havertz is injured, क्या still?
Yeah, ACL gone, but they're
Oh,
saying he's
no.
going to be back in a month or something. So he's going to have a full preseason.
Okay.
So I would keep him along with a striker as a different kind of
Yeah,
option.
of course. Better than playing
Uh,
Merino or the guy who's supposed to be a midfielder there. Not that he's done too badly, but it's still stopgap.
So I think it's a case of buying right, which I hope the club does because
So
if they don't,
कौन?
again,
Gyökeres?
my thing with Portuguese strikers is that very few of them
Swedish
do
है वो.
well in.
मेरी पोर्चुगीज
हाँ?
लीग में है पर स्वीडिश है.
नहीं, but as in Portuguese league
हाँ,
में जो
league
अच्छा
वाले.
करते हैं, like
हाँ.
you look at your history of Darwin Núñez,
Yeah,
Jackson
bad,
Martinez,
bad.
Radamel Falcao,
Hmm.
फिर और भी 2-3 मेरे को नाम याद नहीं आ रहे, but like
Wait,
in
I'll tell you.
general,
Joao Felix.
Joao Felix.
Felix I
So
still like though.
Felix is up and down, but he
नहीं
doesn't
है.
do well in the Premier League, no.
Doesn't do
Premier
well
League
in most
में
leagues.
I mean,
Premier
even for
League का
people saying
अपना अलग वो है.
CR7, it took him like 4 years to be good at United.
Also,
3
I said
years.
strikers. I'm not saying.
No, man. Sean is
wingers.
doing it to antagonize. He is just doing kida. Stop it, Sean. Just because you won doesn't mean anything.
Oh,
So,
man.
yeah, I think it's just that I don't know, man. Like, पता नहीं कौन सा striker. एक तो पता भी नहीं है ना. You buy a striker, you don't know if they're going to work or not. I'm just buying someone who works. Who doesn't. I don't even want someone who's. The thing is, they don't even need someone who's super world class. They need a decent striker, like a decent striker. Because even in the PSG game, वो साका चूतिया हो गया था. वो 3 बार उसने क्रॉस दिया है और कोई है ही नहीं. बॉक्स में कोई है ही नहीं.
Hmm.
Even if you had like a basic, like even if you had an Ollie Watkins, he would have scored from there.
Yeah.
So it's that situation, man. It's just like if you don't buy again, and I think Arteta is basically in his last year. If he doesn't win a trophy, and again by trophy I mean he has to win a Premier League or a Champions League. I don't think an FA Cup
Yeah.
or a League Cup would do it. League Cup to Arsenal for some reason has decided as a club that they don't care about
Yeah.
since Wenger's era. So it's that situation, I guess.
Okay,
But
let me
this must
ask.
be, sorry, one question before you move
Ah,
on. There must be the most insufferable prospect of Europa League final that one out of Spurs or United now will be
No, no,
battering you.
I want United to win because see, United has trophies.
Huh.
तो एक और ट्रॉफी
Ha, then you will correct. Yes.
बट यहाँ फिर टॉटनम भी बोलेगा कि अरे वी हैव आल्सो वन बिफोर आर्टेटा लाइक छी
And
टॉटनम
by
oh
Tottenham bhi
God,
bolega, you're just saying Joel D'Souza bolega.
oh dude.
so yeah can you imagine Joel after that no so I am supporting United as much as I never thought I'd say this but I'm supporting United here because हाँ तुम लोग ले लो एक और यूरोपा तुमको फर्क नहीं पड़ता
Yeah.
तुम्हारे लिए वो बेसिकली चैंपियंस लीग का रास्ता है
Completely, which I don't even think we
yeah
deserve at this point. We don't deserve.
and फिर I don't know if Spurs then win a trophy then suddenly they go on like some sort of upward trajectory
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
like
tell me
एक और
something.
क्लब नहीं चाहिए
What has been the result of the two times that you've faced Tottenham this season?
We've
Azim?
I
lost.
think one
So the thing, we've lost the last 4 times we played Tottenham. So in fact, I think
Ooh.
Amorim only said that it's usually you don't lose to a team 4 times in a row. But
Oh
then
no, no, no! Don't say that.
just ask Real Madrid.
Don't say that. अरे,
don't jinx it भाई so yeah
जिससे
no
क्या हो गया
United
जिनसे?
please कुछ करो भाई United का करो भाई कैसे भी करके
Yeah.
and
Should we take some of the Arsenal questions?
Yeah, we have a few. Hold on. We had Tushar question for you. How much money are you willing to let Odegaard go if a bid comes? Azim, would you let Bruno go if bid is more than 100 million? Probably yes. If we got 100
100
million.
million तो yes please sell Odegaard
Because 100
but
million
then
you can spend amortized over 5 years, you can buy 500 million worth of players. So
yeah
you can
you can
build a new squad if you let one Bruno go.
also just to like I know Odegaard's had a shit season but he's probably gonna get surgery in the summer he has a bad ankle that he's carried throughout the season
Hmm.
so there is
Uh,
also that issue
why did he have
like
a bad season? What is the
he
terrible?
hasn't
What
scored his
happened?
assists. So like to start of the season, he was injured for 3 months, 2 months.
Hmm.
Like he came back in November, and then even after coming back, he's not been like his assists are lower, his chance creation is lower. In
Hmm.
general, like you can see visibly, it's just not. He's not even in the Madrid game. Like
Yeah,
it was the other players who carried the game.
not influential.
He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't like last year. He was flying. Like last year, he was incredible. Like I
Yeah,
think he was
Last year was a
probably the
joy to
top five
watch.
players in the league easily.
and the year
Um,
Hmm.
before that, he scored 15 goals in the Premier League. Dude. Pretty good.
yeah. So Odegaard would be. I would ideally. Yeah, I mean, unless if someone's giving 100 million, then yeah, because then you can buy a lot of stuff. But I would
Oh, Odegaard,
ideally not like to sell him.
Odegaard भी 26 का हो गया यार. Wow.
Oh yeah, fuck. He's also 26.
Yeah.
You still think he's like as a 23 ka hoga.
Bro, I vividly can still recollect when he was 16 years
16.
old and he
Yeah.
came on for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oof. And then he was a wonder kid who threw tantrums when he left. And,
Yes.
uh,
Then we had a question which was Ketan Gada saying such a relief that Arsenal are still like 3-pin plug in Europe. Lovely end of season for us. No pressure, only celebration. Yanwa, are Ketan Gada, Liverpool fan, unfortunate. Akash Chakraborty says United or Tottenham will end up with a better season than Arsenal, Champions League next season plus trophy. In fact, everyone in top 5 might end the season with a trophy except for Arsenal. Oh my god, this is shattering.
I mean, that's a very
who all? Like
facetious argument.
Liverpool, City,
Liverpool win league. City has won what?
City is
They're
in
likely
the
to
FA
win
Cup
FA Cup.
final.
Yeah, with Crystal
Chelsea
Palace.
is in Conference League final. And Newcastle have won the Carabao Cup. So that's
Oh
4
my
out of 5 have a
goodness.
trophy of some form. And then
And
1 out
Nottingham
of
Forest should just consider being in the top 5 trophy. So yeah.
yeah.
Holy
So
shit.
yeah, so That's the thing, yeah. It's a very interesting. This is the thing that's been thrown at all Arsenal fans. कि अरे तुम लोग. So earlier
अभी
fourth place
अब
used to be
थोड़ी
the trophy. Now it's being trolled for अरे you don't have trophy.
अभी क्या
Oh,
करेगा अभी चैंपियंस लीग में खेल रहा था यूरोपा में थोड़ी खेल रहा था कि फाइनल में पहुंच के जीतेगा
this is true. Cannot argue. Siddharth
यू
Gandini
आर
says can't wait for Newcastle to beat Arsenal and nip second. Are you worried that Newcastle will get second at
आई
this
थिंक देयर
point?
इज अ हाई लाइक्लीहुड बिकॉज न्यूकासल पता नहीं उनको आर्सेनल के सामने उनको माथा चढ़ जाती है लाइक वो आई थिंक आर्सेनल हैज लॉस्ट 3 out of the last 5 games against Newcastle. Actually, as in I'm saying Premier League. If you include the Carabao Cup, I think they've lost more.
Yeah, Newcastle have that thing again. Those excellent, crazy results against. For me, the most abiding memory is Sheikh Tiote. May he rest in peace. That crazy equalizer for 4-all, was it, against Arsenal?
Yeah,
Correct me if
4
I'm
all.
wrong.
I think it was
Uh,
4 all. Yeah,
yeah, it was
But
insane.
also, I think you gotta give credit also to Eddie Howe, dude. Like,
Hmm?
yeah, hands down. I think what Eddie Howe has done because it's still a largely like not largely, but at least 40-50% of that team is still that Steve Bruce wala team. So
Yeah.
I think what they've done,
Are
Eddie
dude,
Howe,
with Joelinton in
amazing.
midfield, how you're winning anything? It's incredible.
Yeah, no, hands down, hands down. Like I think Eddie Howe should get the manager of the year thing.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
like
for sure.
because like last season, I think
Especially if they finish second.
Hmm.
yeah, last season they ended poorly. I think because they couldn't figure out how to do Champions League plus Premier League and
Yeah.
all of.
Mm.
And then this season, I think like also started rocky, but then what a resurgence toward the end.
Yeah, no, and they have all these guys, these proper hard work merchants who also give them the quality. They have you have your Anthony Gordon, you have your what's the other guy? That all
Guimaraes.
four no, all four of those wingers seem the same to me. Anthony Gordon, Jared Bowen, and one more. Who's the third winger? They're all so interchangeable for me. He joined from Everton, did he not?
That's Gordon. No, Gordon was the one from Everton.
No, Gordon was the not Murphy is the Newcastle lad. He joined them last season only. Harvey Barnes, that's the guy.
Harvey Barnes. Excellent
They're,
season, Harvey Barnes.
yeah. So Harvey Barnes.
Apna Bedu King Eric, I think pretty much nails it. He says Eddie Howe created a true physical Barclay style team.
That guy.
The
Who's
Barclays.
that dude? Dan Burn. He
Oh,
epitomizes
yeah.
the spirit of
seriously.
Premier League.
No, and I've realized at least with Arsenal, no, what they do is they do the basically with Arsenal. If you do if you just like lob the ball, that's their biggest weakness for some reason. They just can't handle just bouncing को handle नहीं कर पाते वो लोग.
Yeah, this is true. They
So
can't.
उसमें हमेशा issue होता है.
Also, I think last season they had the issue with also Tonali getting banned mid-season. Now that was also a big problem, and you can see what a key player is. That midfield is actually very sorted for them. Tonali and Guimaraes, very very good midfield. And who's the third? Usually it's Joelinton or one of the others. I forget the.
Murphy.
No, Murphy plays more on the wing, but there is one more. It's usually Joelinton, is it not? And Isak, of course, like such a great
is such an
signing.
incredible guy. I'm so pissed off. Arsenal was getting him for 30 and Arsenal like नहीं.
Yeah.
And I'm just like तुम क्या चूतिए लोग हो यार. 30 million में इसाक मिल जाता क्या सीन होता हो.
Tushar, you need Retegui.
Oh God, you're back.
You need Retegui. Matteo Retegui. Just don't think twice. Just आंख बंद कर और bid डाल दे अभी अटलांटा को मैसेज कर दे एक डीएम छोड़ दे.
देखो तुषार, let me tell you, he's tried to pawn this player on to me also.
Yeah,
हम लोग अटलांटा का रिजेक्टेड माल लेके देखा है स्ट्राइकर क्या होता है 2 साल.
Can I tell you something, Tushar? 3 years ago, I was telling Azim and Bawa, I was telling them both. I was telling them, buy this guy called Serhu Gurasi. And they told me Gurasi. And now they're regretting. After 230 goal seasons, 2 back-to-back.
Oh, to be fair, Gurasi missed like 3 open goal chances against Barca.
This is also true, yes.
But he scored 3 also.
That is also true.
हाँ, but सोच क्या हो सकता था.
But what a Gurasi
end में इंटर ही फाइनल में आता, but वो बात अलग है.
Oh
Fuck, that
man.
semi-final was glorious.
Oh
Wow.
dude, it
Just
was
I want Inter to
just
win now. I want Inter to win this.
yeah. I think
Because just
they
that
deserved
Budhoga
it.
team that just like goes out and wins it against the youngest team.
But are they really Buddho at this point?
Dude, they have Mkhitaryan. They have
They have
like
Mkhitaryan. This is true.
Mkhitaryan. Then there's
They
that
have
guy,
Darmian
the
also.
Darmian, and the
Oh
guy
my
who scored the
goodness.
last goal, the guy who came back from like I forgot his
Pratesi.
name.
Pratesi.
Sorry?
Pratesi?
Pratesi.
Pratesi.
So who the guy who's come back from all the addictions and everything and the cancer and everything. So like
Yeah,
and
but
so
that
many of
was
their
just a
people are there.
wild overall. Both legs was just incredible to
Dude,
watch.
Yeah, बहुत मजा आया. That was
we
such a
were,
great
yeah,
game.
we were just going to talk about that thing, man. Like,
Acerbi, it was Acerbi.
Acerbi, Acerbi is as old as he looks. Bastoni
Yeah.
sounds like he should be old, but he's not.
Yeah.
dude, that match I think was a full-blown, true blue Champions League classic.
It was
Oh, yeah.
it was I think probably the best semi-final I've seen in a while.
I mean, no, I mean, like as a Madrid fan, I've seen some
As
very wild ones.
as a neutral.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, yeah, like not as dramatic as like Madrid coming back against City or Bayern or something like that, but
वो भी
in,
था actually. That was also
in
quite
its
excellent.
own way, it was so action-packed. Dude, like the thing about this Barca team, na, I think now it's time to say it. They are very, very clinical, very, very fast. They do not give up. And like you go 2-0 up against them and it's not safe. How can that be? What is
Yes.
this team?
But the thing is, they also can't defend, which is the problem. Because, I mean, also half their defense is injured half the time. They were
No,
playing
but
who? Like Inigo, Kubarsi, Gerard Martin, Eric Garcia, which is not
decent. Like by the way, they have, I think, until at least I don't know, until the Madrid game, they had, I think, one of the lowest goal. क्या बोलते हैं? They had conceded the least number of goals in the league. I don't know how much has changed in the last 2-3 games, but
I think they still have the best defense in the Champions League.
yeah,
Yeah.
very,
I just feel
very.
the defense lacks thoda. Without Araujo, it doesn't feel like they have enough physicality there.
Yeah, I mean, no, they've been spectacular. Like, so we'll talk about that. But before that, yeah, that Inter game, what a win! What a win! I'm so happy
Oh,
that
that was
Inter
just
finally proving,
brutal.
that eventually, good football with like mature players who are of, legal age wins
No,
you
there was
matches.
also just good like that when Barca went up 3-2, everything looked lost. Even Inter looked like they were
Yeah,
done. Like they looked so fucked.
yeah.
And then that thing just what they did, oh my god.
Bro, by the
Just
way,
incredible.
I have to like, I have not seen in a long time. I've not seen a performance of the caliber of Marcus Thuram. Oh my God, dude! Like he has that throughout that match, he was just like the way he was single-handedly holding up so much of the play. It was
Yeah.
outstanding.
Dude,
Like
and
that's the
even
kind of sound striker people need, dude.
Dumfries, yeah, from the 60th minute he
Dumfries,
was looking injured. But वो
yeah,
कैसे भी करके खींचा वो
yeah, Dumfries.
Dumfries, though, I've been a fan of since the last World Cup only. He was so
Also,
good
wait,
for
I've
Netherlands.
relooked the Inter player ages.
Wait, that's
They're
what I was
not
saying, that
old.
they don't seem like
They're not.
Acerbi is
They're not
old,
old. They are not
Mkhitaryan
old.
is old, but look,
Yeah.
Barella and
Mkhitaryan लेके थोड़ा रह गया. They are not
yeah.
old.
Yeah, DeMarco also is excellent. So I think that's like the two wing backs make such a huge difference. Where they're proper,
Yeah.
they can attack, they can defend. Proper workhorses have the stamina.
Dude, the
Also,
difference between Denzel Dumfries being on the right wing and Lucas Vazquez being on the right wing, it is so stark, so horrifying to look at.
Hey, but now you have Trent.
What he'll do, yeah.
Arre.
वो भी defend तो करता नहीं है ना.
True. But he'll
Meaning-
play na through balls for Mbappe. That's what they want. Who cares about defending and all?
But apparently, even Mbappe's hat tricks don't matter anymore.
Yeah. Come, let's get to the main match, Kautuk. Come on.
Wait, I
End-
feel
end.
we've not covered the Inter
Arre,
Barca
that's
in
okay.
full.
Inter
Like, we have
Milan
to-
is
we
a
have to,
brilliant team, wonderfully coached. Apna Simone Inzaghi, superb 2 Champions League finals in 3 years. What a guy.
Just-
Catenaccio, caliber, superb, amazing. Let's move on to El Clasico. Come on.
the fact that you sold Onana for 60 million and replaced him with a 5 million Jan Sommer
Oh,
who has literally been Spider-Man that night. Like,
oh,
To be
dude,
fair,
the
Onana
saves
also
at
made it to a
both.
Champions League final. So
Yeah, but both Sommer and Donnarumma were just in unbelievable form in
yeah,
both the
Donnarumma,
semi-finals.
yaar, वो मतलब वो
Too
चार
good.
goal. Most other goalkeepers would have let at least 3 of those go.
Yeah, yeah.
Just I hate Donnarumma, man.
Donnarumma has this thing, like when the big match arrives and he's in the mood, nah, fuck, the kind of saves he pulls out.
He's insane, dude. That guy is insane.
dude,
I
the
remember the final of the Euros.
Yes.
Donnarumma just it was like nobody can score against him. It's just not possible.
Yeah.
yeah, and Donnarumma was still so young, no? Like he's such
Yeah, I
a
mean, listen, he was what, in AC Milan captain at the age of 20 or something like that.
yeah, some
They gave
stupid
him the
thing
armband,
happened.
not like
Yeah.
19 or 20. It was crazy.
The other thing is like, I mean, Inzaghi, dude, what a great manager.
नहीं ये
Like
सब हो गया कम
we
आजा
talk
आजा
about
La
he
Liga
beat
come
Acerbi, dude, came
very
back from
very acerbic absolutely
testicular
agree
cancer. He came back from, dude.
unbelievable yes Bastoni also
Like,
Beastoni too good
You
imagine the
know, the
balls
thing
you
is,
need to have.
Inter scored 4 goals in this match, which is the same number of times you've lost to Barca this season. मतलब,
yes
Kautuk, how?
So what I
also
was
somebody has misspelled Donnarumma in chat and spelled it as Donnaramu which also I find quite endearing
so you know what I felt was that it's a very deserving person to come into the Champions League final for a very long time. You know, I feel like I'm really looking forward to this Champions League.
absolutely and we will watch it together and discuss it unendingly but what we must discuss unendingly is
Ah,
how you have been remontada'd.
dude,
Remontada.
by the way, I have to say, like, if you weren't a Madrid fan, and if you were a Barca fan, though, this match must have been like just a shot of heroin straight into your eyeball. But even for a neutral to see that first half, I think it's pure box office. Like it
It
is
was madness. Yeah.
Avengers Endgame on like, but even better. What a fucking like. You know, that's the thing. I think you can say that about the Inter match also, right? Ki like Barcelona, for some reason, I think that's the thing that Hansi Flick has switched on, which Amorim still hasn't figured out, right? Like, how do you make this team believe that you can just score at will, right?
Yeah.
That no score line is daunting enough, 2-0 is
अरे
okay.
but they also
Every
No,
have
but
game.
also the
players
quality is different.
कैलिबर
Baba,
देखना
quality
ऐसे
different.
एक साइड पे लमिन यमाल है एक साइड पे ऐसा गार्नाचो आ रहा है तू सोच ना थोड़ा
Also, keep in mind, when was the last time Barca finished below third?
yeah
Yeah,
exactly
I don't
no,
know.
but
20 साल पहले हुआ.
my point is that you still need to do something. Like for example, I'll tell you where I'm coming from. At the start of this season, Rafinha was actually contemplate. They were the
yeah
rumors were that he was about to leave. The fans didn't
I'm
want him.
sorry, but
He
have
was,
you watched all the MC Stan reels with Rafinha?
what what
Yeah, he looks
Because
very
what is this
Rafinha with
universe
the braids looks like MC Stan, dude.
consistent. ये क्या 80,000 का जूता
80,000
है
का जूते.
तेरे क्लब को खरीद
घर
लेंगे समझा क्या
तेरा घर जाएगा.
wow algorithm has
There are a
not blessed
bunch
me
of
with
these.
this
You should check them out.
so dude like
Sorry, go on. Rafinha, you were saying.
yeah, Rafinha. Like the point is that you had a Rafinha who had 2 lackluster okay seasons at Barca, not loved by the fans, not particularly mentally not there, depressed, wants to leave, and then suddenly Flick comes in. Right now, even Yamal, like for example, you had a Kobe Mainu, right?
Hmm.
Who Amorim has come in and he's actually been detrimental. So it's very
Yes.
easy to come in even with a generation. Let's not say generation. Let's say like
sure
you know
decadal talent
decadal talent, like
5 yearly quarter leap yearly talent let's go with
not as amazing as Vaibhav Suryavanshi talent.
yes
So when you have even when you have that sort of thing, right? It's very easy to kind of like let that candle blow out, that sapling die, right? You can very easily make it happen. But he's managed to find, and the other thing is he's managed to find solutions throughout the season, too. Throughout the season, like you have patches where Lewandowski is not there. You have patches where the defense, like for example, to have faith in Eric Garcia,
Yeah.
a guy who was playing in Girona, to then bring him back and say, "Nee, nee, tu kidhar nahi jayega, I see something in you." And he's like a 5 foot something central defender who, like he's done something amazing. I have to say that. And now we come to the the part that dude, like,
Despite referee's best efforts, still you all did
hey,
not do it.
firstly, that Frankie De Jong handball, right, which led to their 2-2 equalizer, right? That handball in the build-up, let's be honest, call it
Come
what it is.
on.
Barca sent money and we all saw it. We all
What
saw
about
it.
the Chouameni where for referee has gone to VAR screen and said
That
no
hand was
for first
that,
time in history?
that hand was in natural position. Frankie De Jong
A
unnatural
very
position.
natural position to put the ball from not going into the goal.
The only thing natural about that was the fact that Barca cheated much like their nature. So,
अरे इतना perfectly good goal अपना Fermin Lopez का अच्छा खासा with nothing that handball had to do with anything, cancelled out for no reason.
that goal was nice and all that, but like, I
Yeah.
mean, देख, Mbappe भी एक मारा, which was not counted because of
हाँ, but
offside.
that's offside. That's the rule.
That's
So-
offside. That's not a subjective call.
So it's the same. You see how I'm saying? Like technically we should have won this 6-5, if not 6-6. चल दे दिया. तेरा भी cancel, मेरा भी cancel. 6-6.
चलो ठीक है 6-6.
You have
At least you
cheated so
acknowledge
much.
that.
Yeah, you have.
How Barca has cheated? What has Barca done to cheat?
Arey, you didn't see the match, Azim.
I
way
saw the
I
match. Yes, the way you saw the
way
match.
uska- the
The
length,
way is
the-
different. Yes. Where all the
Florentino-
parts are
Florentino
selectively,
Srivastava.
yeah, selectively one Premiere Pro is there in your mind. That's just cutting out all the footage. The shift delete, triple delete is happening.
it was just a robbery. It was just the saddest thing I've seen. Like the fact that we had our like they tried to get a penalty which was chal ek kuch, and I feel like the referee had to do that to save face. But apart from that, he's been against us the whole match, right? So we mainly lost it because of that. But then let's talk about some of the supplementary reasons. So let's first be clear. All of us have to be clear that the main reason we lost it was because of the poor referee.
Oh,
The
come on.
standards have fallen, the cheating
Come
has
on.
increased. I think that an investigation should be called immediately. Okay. Having said that, now that's the main thing, we've kept it aside. Now we'll come to the smaller secondary reasons why we lost. Firstly, we were playing with no recognizable defender apart from Raul Asensio.
This is true.
So it was
But
just
Barca also had no Kunde and Balde.
they are fine. You see, look at Lucas Vazquez. Like you're playing with one man down for sure. Like starting say he, like Lucas Vazquez enters a match and his main focus is how do I concede today? That's the metric he judges himself on.
Well,
Yeah,
now you're getting
actually-
Trent, so it's just Lucas with better passing now. So
Exactly. That's the meaning. Like I don't understand, dude. इधर बारिश पड़ रहा है और तू अम्ब्रेला नहीं खरीदा है. तू जाके एक चादर खरीदा है जो तू सर के ऊपर लगा रहा है. Hey, it's protecting us somewhat, but it's fucking चादर, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you?
बेसिकली तुम्हारा उल्टा है. हम लोग स्ट्राइकर नहीं खरीदते और तुम लोग डिफेंडर नहीं खरीदते.
नहीं,
defender में
डिफेंडर
भी-
खरीद के उनका सीधा एक ऐसा कैची लेके ACL काट देता है कोई. गेम ओवर.
Dude, then after that, Fede Valverde has also gotten some kind of knee injury in the middle of the match. And poor guy has had to play on. Because who you'll bring from the bench? Who will you bring?
Oh,
There
but
is
dude, the guy
nobody.
you got from the bench who missed that sitter, what was his name?
Victor Munoz.
Vitor Munoz. Oh,
yeah.
that one he should have scored, but huh?
Dude, firstly, I have to also say that I think Rodrigo is out. So whichever one of you wants to bid, put a bid today. Just
आर्सेनल का
top
लिंक
up.
तो है. Apparently there's an Arsenal link to Rodrigo.
But,
Does
oh
he
God.
play center forward? Actually, he could
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you wanted him to.
Yeah.
Wait, fuck that. Does Rodrigo play left?
Yeah, he's
Rodrigo will
actually left
happily
only.
play. Yeah, he wants to play
because I've only
left
seen him on the
only.
right.
Dude, the
actually.
problem with Madrid is that we have a front three who all want to play on the left. All of them.
Perfect. अरे फिर तो बेस्ट है वो, फिर ट्रॉसार्ड जाएगा, मार्टिनेली को बैकअप कर देंगे और फिर रोड्रिगो को अपन लेफ्ट,
Dude,
अगर
like,
होता है तो।
so many controversial things to say. Firstly, I think it's time. Like, if we can cash in on Rodrigo, we should, because I don't think it getting better for him in the club. I think he's always going to be third fiddle behind
Yes.
Vini and Mbappe and Jude. Then you have Rodrigo, and like look at history. History is always filled with threes.
Sorry, someone
Yeah.
said in the comment, Madrid has three left wingers, Arsenal has four left backs,
Yes. Yes.
which is true.
So
थोड़ा
United.
एक्सचेंज करते हैं सब।
Yes.
लेफ्ट
United
विंगर चाहिए तेरे को,
has.
अपना लेफ्ट
हाँ.
बैक चाहिए, अपन देते हैं।
United
so
has 3 victories this season.
To be
This
fair,
year.
Arsenal also in the last 10 Premier League games, I
Actually,
think
hasn't won much. Yeah.
1-2 and drawn 7 and lost 1.
This
dude,
is true.
we like when the way the match started, when we went 2-0 up immediately, I was like, oh dude, this is amazing. Um, just like you're 2-0 up, just somehow forget that you're Real Madrid. Paint one, just paint a few red stripes, turn into Stoke, and just don't try to attack. Just sit back. Just put your bus there, put two
ऐसे
buses
थोड़ी होता है.
and a truck. Dude, like, because here's the thing, now the truth was this, like, after 2-0 up, there was, like, I think there was nothing of note that we have done in that match, apart from that one Chalik. Uh, uh, Modric has done one amazing
Hmm.
pass, unlocked one third goal out of nothing. But apart from that, we have not threatened, not attacked, not had possession, not shown intent, lost the ball, been overrun, just holding on, and you knew that they were coming with their jaws open and saliva dripping from every tooth. They like, I think Lamine Yamal and his left-footed shot from the edge of the D is, I think, one of the most dangerous things in football
It's insane.
in this current
Too good.
day
What a
and
वो
day and
finisher.
age.
ऐसा बिना बिना like बैकलिफ्ट के मारता है यार वो, क्या मतलब, you don't even know he's gonna hit the ball.
And the thing is, he gets these random strikes on target,
Yeah.
which look very deadly for no reason. Like,
Yeah.
he had this, he takes one random strike from, we were 2-0 up. He takes one random strike right outside the D. Fucking almost goes in.
Yeah.
Like, he has these
No, he's right up
unbelievable.
there with Anthony when it comes to this. The GOAT
What a
Anthony.
transformation that is, man.
The
Yeah.
true GOAT. Keeps scoring, scored free kicks, scored everything. He scores
And double medal possibilities.
left
Dude,
foot, right foot, everything. He's got everything.
The other,
दोनों पैर के लिए एक एक मेडल मिल सकता है।
Yeah. And then he's rotate with 2 medals.
oh yeah, he's going to win a conference and a Europa, no, together.
Yeah.
or technically neither. So
Or technically neither, yeah.
yeah.
It should be a classic, Anthony.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, so the other controversial opinion I have is that I think Vinny, something has gotten into him.
Yes.
And
It's
he
that
made,
tantrum ever since the tantrum of the Ballon d'Or, no?
Yeah.
He's not been the same.
yeah. He's not been the same. Like, something has very much broken inside him. His finishing has deteriorated completely. His, I never thought he was a very technically good player. I think he makes up for technicality with being incredibly persistent,
Yeah.
very tenacious, incredible stamina. Will keep coming at you, keep coming at you.
So the thing is that he was a very like a 10x better version of Garnacho for a very long
Yes.
time.
Yes.
But now he's playing like Garnacho only.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think so. By the way, we've given him a new contract. He's now going to be the highest paid player at Real Madrid.
More than Mbappe also.
Yeah, which I think is
Wow.
a mistake.
Mhm.
I think it's a mistake. I think, like, okay, you've made this intent of we're going to build a team around Vinny, but I don't think he was not even the third best winger on that pitch yesterday.
Do you think Papa Perez is losing his touch?
He's losing his, yes, and I think Perez needs to be blamed more than Ancelotti, if not as much. Ancelotti.
Mm.
Because I think, like, they set this team up. like you threw in an Mbappe, great, and you said that hey, we won the Champions League, fine, but like we all knew that you needed reinforcement, especially in that right back position. You knew this. Like Vasquez was like meaning to कैसे बताऊं, like you know there was that rule, right? Ki, any taxi over the age of 25 or whatever
Yeah.
was had to be scrapped. This is a taxi in his 55th year.
Yeah.
Like it's still there for some reason.
But I think
Because-
they're having to come to terms with the same thing Barca had, which is that now there isn't that unending pool of money that you can spend.
Yeah.
And now he's having to do this scam only, wait for players to be available for free. And it's catching up
I
to
have a
them.
feeling he's going to do that with Saliba also because Saliba has 2 years left and his contract talks have started. But I'm getting this dirty feeling that they'll break down and then eventually be like, "हाँ मैं 2 साल खेल रहा हूँ फिर मैं जा रहा हूँ."
Dude, you know, we're linked right now with Dean Housen. Who
From Brentford.
Brentford, is it? Or Bournemouth? Bournemouth.
One of them, one of them. Sorry.
Bournemouth. I mean, good reinforcement, but he's 20 years old, and unless he, I mean, like you could be like he could be a wonder kid who just like fits in and it's amazing. But you also like you need so many more. Like I think Alaba is past his thing, is past his best.
Yeah.
I think with the number of
Militao has been
years,
injured for most of the last year and a half.
the
Yeah,
number of
where has he
ACLs,
been?
dude, it's crazy. Rudiger finally, Rudiger, who you have overplayed because you had no other options, you could not rest him. So you've overplayed the guy is a giant who has carried you for literally 2 seasons, led you single-handedly, or like not single-handedly, but like led you very steadfastly to a Champions League. Then you've rewarded him by just overplaying him again one full season with no
उसको
rest
ban दे
or
रहे हैं क्या? Is he getting a ban? Rudiger?
वो चप्पल
Or
फेंक
just-
बैन तो है, बैन के साथ साथ मेनिस्कस हो गया है भाई को, तो अब
Oh, fuck.
गेम ओवर. He is also 31, 32, something like that. So you're
Yeah.
looking at like a
Big
senior
refresh. Okay, so this is a question somebody had asked in chat. So today's Real Madrid, like yesterday's Real Madrid squad versus yesterday's Manchester United squad, who wins?
Hey, I mean, like, listen,
I mean, let's be honest.
Listen, come on.
all my criticism has to be put into context.
Come on.
Also, let's be
Absolutely.
fair. Madrid's bad season is coming second.
Yeah. Coming second, reaching cup
And
final,
quarter-final of Champions
quarter-final of
League,
Champions
and,
League.
Dekho, listen, final of Europa League. All right, come on, put some respect. Final of Europa
Dude,
League has to be
हमारे-
equivalent to quarter-final of Champions League.
Can I tell you this? Tushar, so we have an Oil Money members group.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
basically members who are on our Telegram group. And I have ये दिन देखना पड़ा है मेरे को, Tushar. You won't believe this. So I was saying something about Madrid, and there's a friend of ours called Anirudh Dhawan. So he was on it, and he said something back, and he said, "Man, Anirudh, man, we're both like white shirt, yaar. Tu Tottenham fan, मैं Real Madrid fan. Let's get together." And he says, "Bro, I don't talk to people who aren't in European finals."
Like asli account se aao Joel.
Oh, like I had to pause for a second and just like reevaluate everything. But
Yeah,
I
this
think
guy,
that
Bijara, he's been there since day one, 5 years of oil money.
Wow. And he
And
waited.
suddenly he
waited
waited.
5 years for this
Yes.
moment.
Yes.
so. We like to lose from 2-0 up is, I think, it is the ultimate jale pe namak. It is you've put a whole salt pan on jala. It is like
Jala Madrid.
it is Jala Madrid, dude. We have like this is the kind of bullshit we used to pull, yeah, when we used to purposely go down 2-0 against Liverpool and then win 5-2. That kind of like nonsense we used to do.
But
that is-
basically, you're having an Arsenal season where everything that could go wrong is going wrong.
has gone
Oh,
wrong.
yes.
And got to also say a few words about this situation, the Rodrigo situation. Rodrigo is out. There's clearly something happening behind the scenes, which is not pleasant. He's out for it, and the reason I say that is because when you are trying to win a game to stay in a season, and you have thrown on Victor Munoz, when you have a fit Rodrigo,
Hmm.
then you just know that it's time for Rodrigo to.
There's
So
something
this
going
was a
on.
headline. Real Madrid star Rodrigo told club not to play him in El Clasico amid Man City transfer interest.
There you go. So yeah, we've just like I had some stuff pulled out for this.
Also, sorry, 1 second. Did anyone realize that Man City spent 200 million in January?
Yeah. With players that Pep already doesn't like.
Yeah,
I'm like, भाई कुछ तो
Khuzanov.
Khujanov.
No,
है
Marmoush
ये
was a good signing. Khuzanov is not rating at all. And who's the
ये
third
मतलब
guy?
भाई ये फाइनेंशियल चीजें खाली दूसरे क्लब्स के लिए हैं क्या?
Yeah, no, they are still trading off the Cole Palmer money, no?
हाँ, but कितना? How much was Cole Palmer? Must have been what?
60 million or
60.
something. Yeah, so
ये
but then
200
60 million
million.
you can amortize again, no? Over 5 years means you can spend 300 million.
Yeah, but at some point the accounting should catch up. Now, how is
This
this?
is
How are you
ridiculous
just
now.
like
Now it's just like absurd. Now,
annexing everything?
January में you're spending
But
200
this is
million.
classic
It's just
startup
ridiculous.
culture, na? Ki you keep doing it,
Yeah.
then you pay off some amount of debt, then you take more debt, then you keep going into
Yeah.
the endless cycle.
Dude, and the things
Absurd.
Pep gets away with, यार. Pep आके बोलता है कि वो मैथ्यू नूनेस को center midfield, he's too slow for it. Like he just says whatever and moves on. But wait, I had
Somebody has
some
said
last.
Cole Palmer misspelled to Cole Dahmer, which again is a very different,
Wow. Was 45
also
million.
strange 45 million.
By the way, quietly in a otherwise blighted season, Kylian Mbappe has now, so he has become the highest scoring Real Madrid player in their debut season.
That's insane.
So there was a record that was held by a guy called Ivan Zamorano,
Zamorano, wow.
which has stood for like some year. Like Cristiano has not broken it, like Ronaldo, nobody. Like so, Kylian Mbappe has broken. So this guy's record is 37. Mbappe is now at 39 for the season, which is fantastic considering that he was a flop for 1/3 of the season.
Yes.
And he's now 39 goals. And I think if PSG wins it, then Mbappe is going to really have to go to a prominent Jyotishi and
Yes.
figure out कि कुंडली में क्या चल रहा है exactly.
भाई
Because
हमारे लोग को भी भेज देना उधर.
हाँ,
Yeah.
hey, did you see that? Tushar, did you see this? So there is a guy who does
Oh, dude, this thing, na?
digital
The
Ganga Snan.
digital Ganga
Yeah,
Snan.
I
Yes.
saw that.
I've been
That's
getting
like-
one every week. Someone's doing
Yeah.
for Max Verstappen, someone's doing for
Yeah.
Ferrari, someone's doing for
Yeah.
Fernando Alonso.
Arsenal.
Arsenal मेरे को
का
United का भी मिला है.
full their squad was like, there's that squad photo.
Yeah.
He's taken that and duplicate it.
Yeah, and
there was
immediately
anyone-
after that, they've
couldn't
lost to West Ham. So, I mean,
Dude, I think it's time. I think we should contact this guy and just say कि Mbappe का भी कर दे because Mbappe का
नहीं ना, फायदा नहीं हुआ ना.
नहीं पर तुषार कुछ तो हो रहा है इसकी लाइफ में यार कि बेचारा after he's won the World Cup when he was
wait,
18
one though? Acha, I thought you were
when he was
saying
18
22. हाँ.
उसके बाद like I mean let's be honest, league title PSG के साथ जीतना is not a big deal. After that he's not won anything of like serious significance. Did France win the Euro? No, no. They lost that also.
I think, yeah.
They lost the Euro, no? Azim,
Who?
France.
Yeah, they did.
France lost the. Which Euro are we talking about?
Spain
Italy, no,
जीता
they
ना
lost-
last वाला.
Italy
last
won.
वाला
No, we
Spain.
watched the watch along. It was England
correct.
versus Italy, no?
England versus
No, the
Italy.
last
No.
one was Spain, no?
Spain.
Lost by
Correct. Yeah,
Spain.
Spain. Yeah.
Spain won.
So he's won nothing of consequence. And also the fact that this guy has this knack of scoring hat tricks in games that he loses,
Yes.
such as World Cup
World Cup
finals,
final.
such as El Clasico. And I think like इसको ये तो छोड़ ही देना चाहिए. Like when he scores against Barca, he should stop doing all this kalma. Just stop it.
Yeah.
Just don't try. Just like do kalma after you win. When final whistle is
Yes.
blown, then you do kalma. Ah. अरे यामाल ही तो जीता है भाई.
Oh man.
I mean, this Yamal luck is too much. It's all luck.
It's
There's
not
no skill
luck.
and all.
Come on.
There's no
This
skill.
is like I sent a Vaibhav Suryavanshi reel to Kautu. And Kautu was like, this is real prodigy, not like that fraud from Barcelona.
Man, I mean, And I wish they had gone on for Champions League because then one of them would have won Ballon d'Or. Now I don't know what's gonna happen.
Like,
कौतों का सर पट जाता.
dude, I mean, honestly, like, I hope PSG win the Champions League just so that Mbappe next season comes with even more jigra and fire and
Or he may be completely broken.
Yeah,
either.
yeah.
I think Inter. I want to see Inter just for the way they won the semi. I want to see them win the Champions League,
No,
and also
PSG
because
also
this is the
look
second
damn
one.
good, man. Kvicha is just also joy to watch, and they've got again very nice balanced
Yeah,
team.
they've got really
PSG.
good. They've got really good flow. Like it's so much fun to watch them.
Yeah, well, you get rid of a guy who wants to be the center of attention all the time, and then suddenly there is
Yeah,
teamwork. And plus, अपना लुइस एनरिके भी तो है, उसको आता है
yeah.
मतलब, of course.
I mean, treble जीता है पहले तो.
Yes, we have because look at it's like Hakimi, Marquinhos, Nuno Mendes, Pacho. That's like a pretty Pacho. मेरे को पता नहीं how good he is, but those three are very strong.
Pacho's
Goalkeeper
pretty good.
excellent. Joao Neves, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz. Again,
Very good
nobody like
midfield, yeah.
again nobody is superstar, but all 8 on 10 good
Yeah.
midfielders. Quite surprised with how these two have come along. This Desiree Doué and Barcola.
Doué, especially dude, he's so good.
Yeah. And then I think very good signing to get Kvicha. And of course, we're forgetting apna Dembele, who's
Also, you
just
saw Luis Enrique's comment, no? Hey, who are you calling the Farmers League now? I beat all 4 English clubs.
very good, very good.
Dude, by the way,
Uh,
Luis Enrique also, what a fantastic, like, I root for the guy. Like, good, solid, Maridar
Such
manager.
a nice guy vibes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Also, one other things that happened very quickly. Xabi Alonso left. Bayer
Yes.
Leverkusen is done, and they named a street after him, and he was leaving. So that happened.
Okay.
But for me, the highlight of one of the highlights of this week, Muller retired. Okay, and they were celebrating at home, etc., etc. They gave him the mic. चल बोल दे कुछ.
The joke.
Stand-up comedy कर रहा है भाई. Did you see this, Azim?
Yeah.
No, I saw like a very brief snippet, but did not process it.
He has gone and done a joke. He said, I wanted to find a joke, so I looked up a joke. It's a joke about a funeral. Want to hear it? Here is the joke. Joke is, father is dying. It's a very German joke, by the way.
Of course.
Father is dying. 3 kids are there. Okay, all of them love father. Father says, before I die, I just want to have a slice of cake. It's a wonderful cake that your mother makes. If anyone could get me that one slice of cake. So one of the kids says, okay, I'll go and do it. Father is dying. It's almost his last breath. The kid comes back. The kid has no cake. The father says, what happened? Why didn't you get the cake? And the kid says, I tried, but mummy said that the cake was for after the funeral.
Nice. Very nice.
Fuck retires with this joke. What is Muller, dude? What a guy.
Very nice. Very nice. Full respect.
What a guy.
Full respect.
What a
Ballon
guy.
d'Or just for this.
Yeah,
Also,
deserved.
just the one random abiding visual that I never thought I would see in my life in El Clasico was the huge high five between Laporta and Travis Scott,
Oh, yes.
which is like two people you would never expect to see in same frame, let alone celebrating together. But yeah, that is
Bro,
there.
every other week or every big game, Laporta sits with another artist who has contributed to the club not going under and pretends as if everything is great, hunky dory.
देखो Spotify कैंप न्यू है तो आर्टिस्ट रहेगा ना म्यूजिकल.
हाँ नहीं वही होता है ना कि ड्रेक आ गया देखने को, रोलिंग स्टोन्स आ गया देखने को, and every time they come they fucking see a great match and they see Madrid.
देखो अपन यूनाइटेड में क्या ही किसको बुलाने वाले. हम लोग का स्पॉन्सर कौन है ये साल?
Snapdragon.
इट्स स्नैपड्रैगन. हाँ, हम लोग का फोन को बिठाने वाले साइड में. This is how bad it is. Like I've how little I care about watching United now. I can't even process who the sponsor of the shirt is anymore.
No, you think after the match, Laporta has like one full PPT prepared, where he just brings these American musicians and he goes like, see, Americans in football investing in clubs. See Wrexham. see, see Todd Bowley. And then like he just goes like, now we present to you the opportunity of a lifetime for the small sum of $1 billion.
Yes. You can
You can
take,
have.
yeah, you can have Lamine Yamal clean your house for 1 week. No problem. Okay, he can't do it. He's not 18 yet. All right, Pedri, you go next.
But Frankie
Uh,
De Jong, though, what a great player. Shit.
Be nice, be nice. Frankie,
जिसको
आजा
बेचारे
यार. Come
4
on,
साल से बोल
Frankie.
रहे हैं
Let's go. Come on, Frankie. You can come. Bibi, I believe in you, Frankie. Aja United.
अब तो नहीं छोड़ेगा.
also did you guys see Fabrizio Romano doing here we go for the Pope?
Hilarious. Oh, I love this
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
That
perfect
was too funny.
diversification. This is the
Guys,
perfect dude. I think at
going
this
to the
point,
Vatican.
why does he stop at football? Why doesn't he
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a full-blown news agency?
Yeah, you just imagine
I'm
him.
sure he will at this point.
But the thing is that he can only, the only news that he can give is of people arriving. That's all the news that he
No,
can
just
provide
like
you.
other things also. Na, deal agreed. India, Pakistan, ceasefire.
Ceasefire. Here we go.
Like you can just keep doing different like news pieces, right? Just find anything that any kind of deal between two things or a
Yeah,
arrival of
like
any kind or a
Economic
Yeah.
departure of
Times
any
can be
kind.
replaced with Fabrizio Romano.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's
Man.
time.
Chalo. Okay, chalo, we'll let Tushar go and then we will read our super chats. Thank you so much for Tushar,
All right.
as always,
See you,
coming
friends.
in to talk about Arsenal suffering. One time we called you on a good day, Tushar. Never forget.
All right. Yeah,
Hey,
see you.
twice, huh? Please, I
Twice.
remember both those times.
Chalo, see you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Chalo. Smash likes, friends. Also, a quick announcement for shows. I've added a show in Bahrain for the first time on 12th of June, 1 month from now. And also because I was getting lots of messages from people saying, Are, Mumbai show sold out, Mumbai show sold out. So I've added one extra show, 28th of June. Two extra shows, in fact, in Lower
Yeah.
Parel. And that's it. My break was supposed to start 1st June. Now 28th June tak I have extended. So now 29th June is sidepod screening. 30th June,
Azim,
guys. 30th June, it begins. For 1 month, I will have a break.
can I tell you, your life right now is the life of every footballer. Where they're like, 1st June free na? No,
Yeah.
Club World Cup. Abhi 28th June.
Oh no. But I think somebody was asking for मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड रीबिल्ड फुटबॉल मैनेजर, तो वो जुलाई में करेंगे. जुलाई में मैं एकदम फ्री है, घर पे बैठने वाला है, ये सब करेगा. लॉट्स ऑफ सुपर चैट्स टू गेट थ्रू. Let's go. Pratiti, of course, Muller's last match at Allianz, memorable and emotional, and with stand-up comedy also as well.
Yeah.
Amartya says, I just want to see the faces of United fans, especially Fergie, after we beat them. Hashtag Coys. Hashtag it's just United. Man, I am very worried about this Europa League final. I don't think हम लोग में है कुछ दम. अभी तो लेनी यूरो भी इंजर्ड है यार, डिलिक्ट भी इंजर्ड है. कौन वाला है? डालो भी इंजर्ड है. It's very worrying, very worrying. I mean, I can understand now to an extent why we've been so shit against West Ham, because literally, I mean, the team that was starting to gel and look decent together, again, साला 3 injury हो गया and plus rotation. So I kind of get it, but
By the
still
way,
it should be
Azim,
better.
you know who we've stopped hearing from completely? No Sir Jim news. No.
हाँ, सर जिम तो अपना मर्सिडीज के साथ बैठा रहता था ना, टोटो वुल्फ के साथ F1 देखने के लिए.
No, and you don't even hear of all those other lackeys, na? All your, I don't know who all you've fucking.
हाँ, all the
together.
random Berada and
Berardi and all these guys.
Sir Dave Brailsford, सब छुट्टी पे है.
Yeah,
Nobody
you don't
cares
hear
anymore.
earlier how much you used to hear, man. Sir Dave has done this.
It
Sir
gives the
Jim has
feeling
done
that I think they are also like कि देख नहीं होने वाला है, तो अपन थोड़ा वेर पावरिंग थ्रू द सीजन, थोड़ा चैंपियंस लीग का बोनस अगर मिल जाए तो लेके बेच देते शेख जसीम को अभी. I think eventually now we've come full circle and you have to agree कि एक कोई ऐसा अरब कंट्री का आदमी चाहिए जो ऐसा फुल विल अबैंडन ऑल प्रिटेंस ऑफ ह्यूमन राइट्स एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट, एंड ऐसा स्लेव लेबर से काम कराएगा ये क्लब के प्लेयर से, तभी कुछ जाके होने वाला है.
No,
Because
and also
बहुत हो गया राइट्स, बहुत हो गया हंसी मजाक नाच गाना, अभी काम करो। सबको एक, लाइक हाउ दे टेक ना लेबरर्स इलीगली टू कतर वतर, सब लोग सब प्लेयर को एक 12 प्लेयर को एक रूम 1 BH के अपार्टमेंट में रुकाने का 1 साल के लिए, टिल दे स्टार्ट वर्किंग।
I think you also need the GDP of one state behind you. That's what you need to compete. I think that's the future of football. The future of football is going to be the future of geopolitics. Like it's just going to be
Yeah.
countries against each other,
Yeah.
funding like teams, just fomenting.
Yeah. There's no way out for this team. I don't know क्या होने वाला है. Actually, you know, in a way, na, we should not win only Champions League. So now these players then realize full aukat कि nobody gives a shit about you. You don't have Champions League. You don't have performance bonus. Now it's about relegation battle next season. Now it's about survive in the Premier League.
There are so many prophecies at play, na? Ki if Ange wins the
Yeah,
Europa
the second year.
final, the second year trophy, dude,
Yeah,
it
it's
was foretold.
yeah. I don't know क्या होने वाला है, dude. Very scary to think about all these things. Mrigang Shekhar says Europa League loser should play one-off relegation playoff with 18th place team to decide who gets relegated and who stays up. I am on for this.
Hmm.
Let United be relegated. Come on. The photographer says Odegaard of honor with his photography. Janva. Odegaard of honor. Oh,
Very
did they
nice.
give a photo? He took a
Hmm.
photo on Guard of honor. Wow. Okay.
No,
Are
no.
you? Then what happened?
Did he not? I don't think
I
he
don't
did.
know.
But I think they gave them a guard of honor.
हाँ वो तो दिया रहेगा। अरे उस्ताद फरहान जी अराइव्स, टाइटल के आगाज है यारो, शाम बड़ी रंगीन है, मड्रिड के आंसुओं से भरा प्याला बड़ा नमकीन है, उमंग है टीम में जीत का यकीन है, गरीब कहे दुनिया सारी, पिच पे तो हम अमीर है। ओह
Oh,
उस्ताद जी, ब्रिंगिंग द बिग गन्स आउट, टू गुड टू गुड टू
that
गुड,
was really
वाह
good. That was
वाह
really
वाह 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 वाह। Okay, Kunal Mudgal, who's been one of our biggest Amorim stands on the Oil Money group, says replace Amorim if United isn't in top 8 by December. Until then, support the team, manager, and players. Every week reacting to last result isn't helping anyone. Arey, but you have to react to the last result only. Then what will you react to otherwise? Then you will have no reactions. Are you human if you do not have a reaction? Then why are you watching football if you don't want to have reactions?
In fact, speaking of reactions, the Nottingham Forest owner storming the pitch and yelling at Nuno for drawing.
For
You didn't see that?
drawing?
Yeah.
Oh, acha. This one because they were like they could have gotten into the top 5 if
Yeah.
the
So he then deflected it, saying it was about some injury or something like that. But
okay.
he looks like the kind of owner who, let's just say, shakes down people for a living.
Hey, but since you're talking about prophecies, so I've mentioned this before also in the stream that for 2 years of football manager, when I would take Crew Alexandra and I reached the Premier League, around like 6-7 years into my tenure, which would roughly be around this time, 6-7, maybe 7-8 years in, I would always see Manchester United having a season where I'm like, oh my god, ये लोग relegate होने वाले हैं. And they would finish like 14th, 15th, and then next season they would be back challenging for title. So if football manager is to be believed, guys,
The real question is this, man. Like
but
outside,
always it was Unai Emery who would take United back to glory.
interesting, interesting. Yeah, because that's the thing, right? Like outside of the thing that I can't see right now is outside of like an insane rebuild where he gets 10 players in, or him suddenly just ditching players and going with youth or some stupid like thing like that. I don't see how do you reset the mentality of this particular squad? I can't see it. Like I don't know what you
No,
do.
you have to get like 3-4 like world class game changing in their prime players, because right now we have players who are either too young or people who are approaching the end. There is nobody. I can't think of one player who's in their prime right now. Like even Bruno's technically, you'll
Past
start
it.
seeing a decline in
Yeah.
like a year or two. So I don't see any player who you're like, okay, this player is like has in a good place right now, also has best years ahead of him. I don't see that at all. So It's very poorly balanced, I think, in terms of mentality, in terms of age, in terms of just overall ability. Uh, I mean, वही है ना, it's very obvious that we are paying the price for the sins of 10 years of terrible management that has seen us go from literally 10 years, I would say 15 years, in fact, of terrible management that has seen us go from like the summit of British football to now literally one step above relegation. So, yeah,
Rohit Nagar writes in all caps. Onana is at his peak. This is his peak.
it's terrible, man. Then we have Kunal Mudgal again saying, do you think United will have more points in the league if they were knocked out of Europa? Man, I think if we
No.
weren't in Europa, these guys would have checked out even more, and I think the manager would have probably been sacked by now. Genuinely, I think they would have got him sacked by the end of the season. Because, chalo, I don't want to get into tactical discussions and all again. Kya fayda hai tactics
But
ka
you know
kuch?
what we
Nothing
should do,
matters
Azim?
only.
By
Hmm.
like when we do our end of season stream, I think we should do this thing on just a quick this thing on how what would be the cheapest, fastest, and most effective way to rebuild Manchester United.
I don't think there is a cheapest or fastest way, unfortunately. Cheap or
No, so
fast, I don't think will happen.
okay, let's put it this way. What do you think is the best path for fastest recovery? So we'll come to that at the end of the season.
See, the best path is that you break all the financial laws and build such a kick-ass team that you can then take one season of being docked 15 points. This is the City model. You just do that and you're like, listen, financial fair play अभी हम लोग से नहीं हो रहा है, तो sorry, क्या कर सकते हैं? हम लोग we'll win the league by 20 points this year और तुम लोग dock कर लो 15-18 जो भी चाहिए, no problem. So right now, what solves the problem is money only, unfortunately. I don't see because the coaching is not working clearly. Because every coach is like, अरे players ठीक ढंग का नहीं है, मेरा player का style fit नहीं होता है, or they buy a player and they're like, नहीं, player is not adapting to Premier League or whatever. So you have to buy, and again, who are these people who are going to be willing to come to United? If there is Champions League, yes, maybe you attract a certain caliber of player. If there's no Champions League, why the fuck will anyone come to this 17th place team? So
I think what we should do is, so guys, at the end of the season stream, we'll do it collaboratively with everybody in chat and Azim bringing his best theories. That's what we're going to do.
sure,
And
okay,
we'll do both. How do you rebuild a Madrid squad? I think that's easier. And
yeah.
how do you
Hey,
rebuild it?
Madrid squad, you just identify the player that you want and then just wait 2 years until his contract expires. That's how you do it.
I will hunt down, apart from Denzel Dumfries, who are the gettable right back options. I think एक वो करना पड़ेगा यार.
Denzel Dumfries, and you could also use one. I think you could get United need one Hakan Çalhanoğlu. We need
Ah,
one Barella also. We need one. We need one Johnny Cardozo also. We need.
Barella Bombil.
Yes. अपना बेटू किंग एरिक सेस हगड़िया हैड ट्रू गोल्डन वर्ड्स चीकू प्लस वड़ा पाव का एरा एंड होने के बाद अब ये प्रोसेस पगलू रूबीना के एरा भी एंड करने की ज़रूरत है इससे अच्छा तो हगड़िया ही था उसका बच्चा एंथनी किलिंग इट नाउ सी इट्स ट्रू एवरीबॉडी कम्स बैक टू द सेम थिंग guys hagड़िया was not so bad hagड़िया just took us to 8th guys we were 4 points off top 4 when hagड़िया left guys come
It's
on
time. It's time to bring it out.
yes apology accepted Kautuk. Lazy Kid says, sorry, not following forward too lately, but has Baba retired? Baba is in, temporary retirement only. It seems like at this point. Let's see what he
Him and
decides to
Vada
do.
Pav have.
Yes, yeah, going out together, clearly. Sai Krishna says, knew we would lose to West Ham right after the Bilbao game. Spent the evening reading India After Gandhi by Guha. Huge book, but brilliant work. This
It
has been
is.
on my list for a while.
Yes,
I will also read.
you should delist it and read it immediately.
Yes. Nikhil Reddy says it feels like some resentment for the few performing players that non-performing players are taking home boatloads of cash more than them. Feels like contacts are not incentivized properly. Contracts, I think you mean. Yeah, I mean, I guess I guess it could be that the players are trying to not play. Like the lesser played players have no incentive to play better because they're like, "Kya fayda? I am still treated and I make less money than this person." And also, the atmosphere must not be great. Also, it's a factor of okay, facilities are not that great, stadium is not that great anymore, training facilities are not so good. Carrington Cup full renovation, वगैरह चल रहा है. So, I mean, there's a lot of those factors also behind the scenes, I suppose.
Plus, when you go in for breakfast now, they've cut the
No
breakfast
omelette,
buffet.
come on, guys.
No omelette, yeah.
एक पोड़ी घी रोस्ट अगर ऑर्डर नहीं कर सकता है एक एलीट फुटबॉल प्लेयर तो फिर क्या फायदा है व्हाट इज द पॉइंट नील says people saying Amarim didn't get a preseason or signings. Irrespective, you cannot finish 16th with the current squad at your disposal after 7 months in charge. Rather, should
Yeah.
have kept Ten Hag. Fully agree. Fully agree.
No,
And this is
and
what I keep saying. Like, listen, you keep us in 8th place, no problem. We'll accept. 10th place also, you take us, shall take no problem. But the 16th, you cannot accept here.
no, and worryingly, it's not just the 16th, it's also the complete lack of any improvement. Like there is like there's nobody you can point at and be like, oh yeah, this guy has really like
See, and
popped.
again, if you point to this thing of okay, but XG to acha hai, and it's just unfortunate that people are not finishing. This was exactly how it was for the last few weeks of Ten Hag as well, where XG suddenly 3 या 4 का है, goal 1 जा रहा है. तो I mean, it's real. Nothing has changed really.
Are you washed, no?
Yeah, and again, it's all the parallels are there from the last couple of seasons. Well, not well, last season, where okay, league maybe not going so well, but then in the big games when the bailout is required in the cups, these guys suddenly are showing up. So again, like across different managers, you're seeing the same thing where tactics are not working, instructions clearly not being followed, but then somehow when they want to show up, they show up. So I mean, Amaram spoke again about the word of culture and breaking the culture at the club.
Hey,
Um,
by the way, this Masoom coming in is helping somewhat, but not
yeah,
in.
Mount again. Like, so the thing is, Mount and Bruno are really vying for that same position because if you have both of them, you don't have anybody who can stretch the game. You need a Garnacho, you need a Ahmad in that position. You can't have both of them. You can have one. Or Bruno has to play deeper, but that doesn't work because Bruno deeper means midfield is left too exposed. So you have to go with Ugarte, Casemiro because there's nobody more dynamic there anyway. So yeah, I mean, there's huge imbalance in the squad for sure and needs to be fixed. Like, like he needs a Demarco and Dumfries right now.
Hmm.
Like, and one midfielder from Inter also, and
Hmm.
one striker also, a Lautaro or a Thuram he needs.
Dude, I think it's time to like now that Xavi is leaving Leverkusen, it's time to pick that whole team clean. मैं
Yeah, yeah.
Frimpong लेता हूँ,
हाँ.
ठीक
So
है?
United also want Jonathan Tah also.
हाँ,
He's
you take
available
Ta,
for free.
you
Florian
take
Wirtz I
Schick.
want, but he's going to fucking Bayern.
हाँ,
Schick
by
will
the
take.
way,
Schick will
you
take.
take Schick.
Yes.
I will
Okay.
take fuck, is there anyone else worth taking?
Andrik. Andrik we could use.
Yeah. चल ठीक है.
Exactly as Pratiti says, German team है पहले हम लेंगे. Then we have
Grimaldo, you should.
Grimaldo, yes. Coming, Kundilia says Barca ran 10 kilometers more than Madrid. These
Yeah,
are
it
the
shows,
10
dude.
kilometers that Vinny spent crying instead of running.
Bro, this
Um,
this team is so done. It's so done.
mm.
They can't wait for the season to end, dude. उनका सब
Yeah, हो
holiday
गया ना वो.
planned है. सब holiday सब planned है. They're all doing snorkeling in the Bahamas
Yeah.
and fucking.
Anirudh Pajapur says Jackson is worst striker at Chelsea since Lukaku. Oh yeah, did you see that nonsense elbow for no
Oh, I didn't
reason?
see.
It was such a terrible red card
Newcastle.
against Newcastle only, where like it's long ball launched over, and you can see very deliberately like he's looked at the guy, not looked at the ball at all, and just thrown an elbow straight into his face. And so obvious now he's got red card. They're down to 10 men. His season is over because he gets 3 match ban straight away and probably misses 1 match of the next season as well. So completely very stupid. Satya says, inject Kautuk tears into my veins. Visca el Barca. Ha, 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 ha. The roaming wanderer says, Arey shit, sorry, didn't get to ask this one. But Tushar, who do you want on left wing and striker? But I think we did sort of talk about this. Realistically, knowing Arsenal and Cam to compete with Odegaard, but I'm sure he will buy 3 left backs and 2 DMs. I think he wants Rodrigo as left winger, and well, striker. There's limited pool to pick, but let's see. Varun
I
Ramesh says,
hope
I
we
still.
get Lewis Kelly somehow or a Saliba or someone.
Saliba, though, he'll run down his contract and you'll get him in 2 years. Varun Ramesh said, I still remember Tushar being very confident Arsenal will be in a running. That being said, Tushar is sane Arsenal fan, so I feel bad.
Yeah.
Thoda. Exactly. I fully relate to this. When Tushar comes, I'm like, yaar, Arsenal ka bura hua Arsenal ke sath. Then when I speak to average Arsenal fan, I'm like, acha hua sir. Praditi says, Dembulance versus Lautaro for Ballon d'Or. Glorious. Yeah, who would have thought, no?
Who would have thought?
And I mean, Rafinha in the mix also, you would have to say.
Sorry, who did he say? Dembele versus?
Lautaro.
Oh,
I
no,
mean, there's
no.
also Salah in the mix. There's also
No,
Rafinha in the mix.
I think like a Rafinha is. I mean, it depends on how much weightage you want to give to a Champions League, but I think Rafinha probably should get it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, PSG Dembele has also had a great season. I mean, it's just that we are not watching this thing because they
But
would be the
it's
only team that has the league and European double, no? Because as things stand, Napoli is still on top.
nahi,
Napoli is still on top. Come on. 2 games to go. Fuck. Come on, Scotty boy. And they drew with Genoa, yaar, idiots.
Oh, Nikhil M says Dembele with a treble, 46 matches, 46 control. What?
Contributions, I
Contribution.
think. Ooh, man. But Napoli Inter is going to be a tasty battle. When are the next matches? I will watch. I'll be watching
KDP
Napoli.
to Napoli rumors? What? No.
Who? Yes. KDB to Napoli rumors. Yes.
Oh God, KDB playing with Scott.
Wife has been house hunting in Naples apparently. Oh, KDB and Scott will kill it. First of all, nobody will be able to recognize from a distance also.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Napoli have to play Parma and Cagliari, which they should so hopefully survive.
And
And then
Inter?
Inter have to play Roma and Lazio. Okay, Inter have the more difficult games for
Trickier
sure
one, yeah.
because they have to play 5th and 6th, whereas these guys have to play 14th and 16th.
Sweet.
Yes. Come on, Scotty boy. Let's go. Scotty is the man, dude. He's been coming out clutch. He gave 2 assists yesterday also. Again, yeah, no Scott McTominay, no party. It has been proven time and time again.
What a
And this is
yeah.
why Ten Hag also was like, I don't want to sell Scott.
In his own sweet and clumsy way, the guy was effective.
Yeah. Greenwood apparently is in the running for the Liga Golden Boot also.
हाँ कुछ मारा है उसने 20
He's two off Dembele only.
Wow.
Alap Butch says Kotia the 7 in CR7 is 4 plus 3. Lode ka Real Madrid, Yamal, let's go.
Here's the thing is, you can't even say one word. You can't say one word because you have lost 4 times. You had 4 tries and over 2 cup finals and 2 league games. You have just shat the bed constantly. So, no, by the way, I have to say, like, it's not official, but congratulations to Barcelona, dude. You've done it.
Yeah, 2 years running.
No, what 2 years, Anu?
Oh, sorry, 1 year in the middle. You all won, no? They won before the season before you all, no?
Yeah, Xavi.
Correct, Javi. Oh, yeah, of course. Last season, how would they have won? Anirudh Madhuri says, with his fact, he says 1951 facing an English FA 11. The goals poured in, crushing 17-0 defeat for Australia. Truly testing day for Aussie goalkeeper Norman Conquest. Feel for Tushar, but we are deserved champions. Hashtag Yanwa. Fair enough. Pratiti says UCL जीतने के लिए beast goalkeeper चाहिए. Beast. This is true. And now both beasts are playing in the final. Siddharth Gandini says this UCL season is run by goalkeepers. I only remember goalkeeper performance: Donnarumma, Chesney, Allison, Sommer, all match-winning performances. This is true. अपना भिड़ू किंग एरिक says कमाल करता है कोतिया, कहाँ राजा फ्लिक, कहाँ रूबीना तेली, कोई मुकाबला इच नहीं है भिड़ू.
By the way, I'm really enjoying like the fact that he's become Rubina.
Yes, रूबीना आउट. चलो रूबीना इन फॉर नाउ, छोड़ो. आउट करके क्या ही मिलेगा. Harish Krishnan says Kautuk, you are sarcastic or you are seriously blaming the ref. What do you think? This is open to interpretation.
It
Don't
is
answer
open to
Kautuk. Yes.
interpretation. If you thought I was serious, I really want to know why you thought I was serious.
हरीश शेट्टी says यमीन कमाल धमाल, 18 साल के बच्चे ने 29 साल के टर्टल को खेलना सिखा दिया.
Bro,
29 साल का टर्टल?
नहीं
29
26
थोड़ी है भाई.
26 है,
हाँ
26 है.
26.
But fuck man, like Kubarsi is also there, Gerard Martin is also there,
Then that other guy also, Hector Fort also is there.
the Ford is there, meaning like,
He's going to hold
and
the fort.
they'll find इनके कोयले के खान में और मिलेंगे 14 साल का बच्चा, 15 साल का बच्चा, just these weird wonder kids who have been strangely anointed by Messi before going 14 years ago. दो अरे बर्नाल भी बाकी है. Fuck. Shit, they rebuilt this team with no money, yeah. And now they'll attract like, there's these fucking aging buddhas who can do a good job, like Lewandowski.
Okay.
Ujjwal Dhakkal says there's already a 12-year-old killing it. क्या बोल रहे हो यार तुम लोग?
Pranav, very nice. Mbappe should try moving to a good club like PSG. Oh, terrible. Quack Duck TV is saying drones flying. Okay, I'm not gonna read this until I have verified information. Nehal Kulkarni says Rafinha side पे रह जाएगा, Yamal Ballon d'Or ले जाएगा. Who's your favorite to win the Ballon d'Or? Personally, I think if Inter win, then Lautaro. I mean, yeah, as I said, I think for me it depends on who wins this thing. Honestly, I can't say I've watched enough of Serie A to know who has done what in Inter. But for PSG, I would say Dembulance is in the running, Rafinha for sure, and Salah. These three would be there for me. Then we have Rishi who says needs another great United rebuild series. Azim, July में करेंगे, July. And finally, Apna Bhidu King says cheapest method will be to raid championship for Mazdoor physicality and discard all slow old players for a year. Play simplest setup possible and ditch playing from the back completely. So what you're saying is we need David Moyes back again. Well, Fergie had the right idea.
But by the way, I can't believe Yamal had already predicted the scoreline like months ago when he did this.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Sad day.
Sad. Okay, I think that more or less covers it for today, friends. Smash a like before leaving. Again, quick show updates. There is this month, Chennai, this Saturday. There's two shows. First show is more or less sold out. Second show, the 5 p.m. it's half full. Then we have Mumbai, which is very sold out, has been sold out for 2 months, which is amazing.
Wow.
Then we have Hyderabad the week after that. Then London, which has I think 5 tickets left at this point. Bahrain, Dubai, Oman in June. I've added 2 shows in Bombay today. Sidepod screening on 29th of June in Lower Parel for Austin Grand Prix. And Khatam, Tata, bye-bye, goodbye. Gaya for 1 month, 1.5 month, hopefully 2 months, maybe if I feel like it. Who knows? But yes, what do you have? Where are you off to?
We are
Europe's?
we're doing Amsterdam, we're doing UK and Amsterdam, London, and Canada. They are on 26th June, 29th June, and 4th and 5th of July. So get your tickets.
Yes.
It's
Thank you, friends. Links in description. And yes, please take care, stay safe, who knows what this world is going to bring at any point. So be safe, be vigilant, be aware of fake news and all sorts of nonsense that is there. Verify your news sources, try to pay attention to all sorts of verified stuff. Don't fall for rumors. And milenge next week. Thank you, friends. Smash likes before leaving. Please subscribe if you're new. And thank you for watching The 4.
The 4.
The 2. Okay, goodbye.